Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a Q&A. I asked you guys over on Instagram, so if you're not following me there, make sure you're following me there because that is where I always get the questions. I'm just going to jump right along into this video. I'm not going to make this intro long, so let's just jump right into it. These questions are probably going to be all over the place. I haven't, honestly, not even really read through them, so these questions are kind of just, the answers are just going to be off the top of my head. So I haven't thought about any of them just because I hadn't really read through them. So let's get started with all of the questions y'all had to ask. Do you ever look back at your old videos and which ones are your favorites? I do on some of them. So like the very first videos that we ever did, I like looking back at them because Delaney was so little. She was 2. But they're kind of like, man, I've come a long way with vlogging since then. So I do like looking back at old videos because, you know, the kids are, I like looking back at how small the kids were and what they were doing. But at the same time, I'm like, I've come a long way since then, like with vlogging. But my favorite videos, gosh, I don't know. I just really like them all with the kids in them. I love the birth vlog. I love the video of telling Ethan I'm pregnant. I love the video of us bringing Ren home. Delaney's starting school, so those are just some of my favorites. Okay, will you homeschool now that you have found that it's not so bad? First year here, homeschooling mom here. First year homeschooling mom here. I've never thought homeschooling was bad. Like, I've always been super intimidated by it, but it's always been something that I've always considered. And honestly, I'm kind of like, I don't want this to sound bad because I wish all this was not going on with the virus and so many things going on right now, but I have really enjoyed this time, those last few months of school with Delaney being home and us being able to try out homeschooling. I've enjoyed that. I love the curriculum she did. They used the Abeka, at her school, they used the Abeka curriculum, all Abeka. And so once she was out, we were able to switch to the Abeka Academy, and she still had her teacher to guide her. We could ask her questions and stuff, but we were able to do the Abeka Academy, which is all taught by a teacher online. And so I loved that. And we are actually looking into a couple different options for Delaney for school next year. I don't think I've said this on here, but we're actually not sending her back to the school that she was going to. And we're actually looking at a couple different options. Homeschooling is one of them. We're really not sure. But if we do homeschool, I really think we will do the Abeka Online Academy just because it was super easy. I like the curriculum. She did great with it. She didn't really struggle with it. And I've always heard that Abeka is a little bit ahead of like a traditional schooling. So, we really enjoyed that curriculum, so that's one of the options, but we're honestly not really sure yet. I think we're trying to see like what schooling is going to look like next year before we kind of make our decision. I think they're supposed to come out with that sometime next month or something, so honestly we're not sure, but I've always been interested in homeschool, so y'all have to let me know, how did schooling at home go for these last few months of school for your kids? Okay, this is a good question. Do you think that YouTube has changed you? Fame and money. I definitely wouldn't say like fame. Like, I don't consider like, you know, myself famous or anything like that, but I know I have a larger following, but I still feel like I have a very small following compared to a lot of other people. But I'm so grateful for where I am on YouTube. When we started our channel, and I think I had another question like, why did you start YouTube or something along those lines? Ethan and I just I started watching family channels. I've talked about this before. I had no idea YouTube ever existed, and or things like this I never knew existed. And so when I started watching family channels, I was like, that would be so fun to be able to do and look and be able to document these memories with our kids, kind of like what I guess my parents used to do and grandparents used to do a long time ago. But I would put it out, you know, with video cameras, but I would put it out on the internet for other people to watch. And we just thought it'd be so fun, and Ethan was a little more involved in the beginning, and then it kind of turned into my thing with my channel. I changed my channel name from the Cooper Fam to Home with Haley, and I think that's been a great change because I've been doing other things than just family vlogs. It has been such a blessing for our family because I have been able to bring in a second income for our family. And Ethan and I have always, to be completely transparent, I worked before I got pregnant. And then when I got pregnant with our quads, it was a very high risk pregnancy, so we decided I would stay home. And we were pretty much paycheck to paycheck then. And so it was like we didn't have a lot of extra to do extra things. And now I feel I've been able to grow my business, my job that I consider this. I've been able to grow it for a good second income for our family. Like we're not like living paycheck to paycheck anymore. We're able to do other things, and I just feel really blessed to be able to have like a dream job for me, to be able to stay at home with my kids, potentially maybe homeschool my kids if we decide that, be able to enjoy all their firsts and all their moments, but still have a income and still have a job, because I do consider this a job. And but it's so fun being able to do this. Like I consider it a job because I do bring a good income for my family, but at the same time it don't really feel like a job, because it's just so fun. Like it's fun being able to interact with you guys. But there is a lot to it. There's a lot to the business side of it, emails and editing, and just there's a lot of stuff to it, but I enjoy it so much. So I can't even tell y'all how much I'm grateful for all of you that follow me, support me every day, send the most encouraging messages. So has it changed us? I feel like it has, but in a good way. Like I feel like change is good, and so yeah. I guess that's the response for that. Where are we going on our next vacation? We're going to the beach in 2 weeks. We are so excited. We had actually originally we were going to Florida, and then we decided we're probably going to do that next year, but this year we're actually going to go with the family to the beach and make it, since we did something different last year. Usually our whole family goes together every year, so since we went to Orlando last year, we were going to go to Florida again, but to a nice, we're actually going to do Destin, and then we changed our minds last minute and said let's just go with the family this year, and we'll do something like Florida or something is what our plans are for next year. Well, depending on how things are next year. Are you doing any more renovating? We would love, like we want to continue. I feel like it's just been a slow process, and our house looks, honestly, I feel like our house looks so different than when, I'm gonna see if I can find some pictures. I don't know if I can. If I can, I'll add them here, but our house looks so different. And if you follow me on Instagram, I actually put up not that long ago a before and after of like how our house used to look in our living room to how it looks now. I feel like it looks so different. But we are slowly, like we want to continue renovating our house until we decide to sell and move in the future. And I did get that question too, do we plan to move? This is not our forever home, but we're not sure when that time will be, when we decide to move. We definitely do plan on continue to renovate. I don't know what's next. We've been doing small projects this year. We're going to do some more things in our kitchen. Yeah, so there's other things that we want to do. It's just we just take our time with it. This is a good question. Do you miss teaching? Do you think you will ever go back to teaching? So I used to work at a preschool, and I was a preschool teacher. When I first started out, I assisted, and then I was the 3 or 4 year old teacher. They were 3 and 4, and I loved it. I loved the schedule there. It was Monday through Thursday for 4 hours a day. I loved that my kids were able to come with me. And then I left there because YouTube became more of a full-time income for me, and so it was definitely better financially for us for me to come home and be able to do this more and be able to make more videos. And I do miss it. I don't see myself going back to it, at least anytime soon. Maybe in the future, as my kids get older, it might be something I might look back into to do a couple days a week or something, but I don't see myself going back to it, but I do miss it. Somebody asked if Ren will be going to preschool this year. We do have her signed up for preschool. Also depends on how things are looking, but as of right now, as long as things are kind of back to normal, which don't think they will be, but she is signed up to go to preschool for a few days a week for just a few hours a day. Several questions if we will try again for another baby? Do we want another baby? Back in March, if you guys have not seen that video, I did have a miscarriage. I had an ectopic pregnancy, a tubal pregnancy. And to answer that question, will we be trying again? Yes, we definitely will. I always knew that I wanted 4 kids, and and when will that be? That's all in the Lord's time, and I guess we'll see. But we'll definitely we definitely want another baby. I definitely have a fear. It was kind of like Delaney's pregnancy too. I had a fear of, after we lost our quads, I had that fear of, am I going to go into preterm labor again? I think I had that fear up until like the 24-week mark, when it was like viability, and then that kind of same kind of fear is if and when hopefully we'll be able to, we get pregnant again. I definitely have that fear of, am I going to have a tubal pregnancy again? Because there's definitely more of a risk. My doctor said you are more at risk for it now that you've had a tubal pregnancy. Our worry is, you know, is there something blocking your tubes or something going on there? So I definitely have that fear of it happening again. And I know right after it happened, so many of you guys shared with me your stories with ectopic pregnancies, and then your stories of going on to have more successful pregnancies after that, and that was definitely a relief to hear all of that. But I do have a higher chance of it happening again, but it's definitely a fear, but that doesn't mean it's going to stop us from trying again. Okay, lots of questions on Weight Watchers. How much have I lost? Everybody wants an update. What's my total loss? Things like that. So I'm going to try to maybe start updating on my losses each week. I've struggled since, okay, so right after having Billy, I lost like close to like between 35 and 40 pounds, I think, pretty quickly. And then honestly, it's been at like a standstill since. And it's not because of the plan or anything like that, but it's just, I've been doing a whole lot better now, but I think with breastfeeding and just everything going on, it's just honestly been at a big standstill. And when I lost all my weight before and became a lifetime member, I lost it pretty quickly. In like a 6 or 7 month span, I had lost like close to 40 pounds. I had lost the majority of my weight. And a big thing with that was I was going to meetings. I was doing better because of that. And I just kind of had that motivation. But I definitely have found that motivation within these last 3 or 4 weeks. Been doing really good with it. The scale is not showing as much as like the non-scale victories. I'm feeling so much better about myself. I feel way less bloated. When I'm vlogging and I'm editing that video, I just look at myself and think, like, I can see it, but the scale's not showing it as much as I feel like I'm seeing it. So I'm gonna try to give you guys those updates. I do weigh in tomorrow. I'll try each week to maybe update on my weight loss, but the blue plan is going great. If you guys, I know a lot of you guys follow Weight Watchers too, so I did get a lot of those questions. The blue plan is going great. I don't see myself switching anytime soon. I found so many other meal ideas that I have loved lately, and even if they're on repeat, I have not gotten tired of them, and I think that's helped me so much. So like I said, I'll continue to try to give updates, but it's going good. See more non-scale victories than on the scale, but as I'm doing better and being completely back on track, I think I've definitely, the scale is starting to reflect that. But I've kind of just in these last 3 or 4 weeks kind of really found that motivation to stay on track more than I was. Trying to definitely stay on track all week, having my cheat day Saturday. Even my cheat day Saturday, I'm doing a lot better than I was, and only doing like breakfast cheat, like my coffee, and then like a supper. So I'm not like splurging the whole day like I was in the past, and that's definitely helped. Do you like meeting subscribers? If y'all see me out, I actually had somebody say hey to me, I think last week at the grocery store. But if y'all see me out, I need y'all to say hey to me. I've gotten a lot of messages in the past. I saw you, but I didn't want to bother you. Please come say hey to me if y'all see me out. If you could pick one food and one drink to be 0 points, what would they be? Coffee, for sure. If I could get any coffee that I wanted and it was 0 points, my life would be made. Definitely coffee. And then food, can I say a food group? Mexican. If I can't say that, pizza? I'd say pizza because I could eat pizza a lot. Also, this is a Weight Watcher one that I forgot to answer. While counting points, how often do you weigh yourself? I weigh myself daily, and I shouldn't do that, but I do. I kind of have a problem with doing that, but I weigh daily. When I used to go to meetings, I wouldn't really do that. I would, like, you know, weekly. Every once in a while, I'd weigh myself through the week, just kind of see how I was doing, but I do weigh daily just to kind of see how I did the day before. Even though that definitely cannot always reflect, because your body can just do different things each day. What's your favorite inexpensive things to do as a family? I would say this is pretty inexpensive. I love going to the zoo each year, which I do want to do a zoo trip, and it's open right now, so I'm trying to decide, do we want to go do that right now? Love doing that, and that's not super expensive, but sometimes, like, a lot of times we do make it an overnight trip, so it does get a little more expensive. I love going to the park, taking the kids to the park. And like this evening, we're going to take the kids to the park and let them ride bikes, and we're going to go and get a little bit of exercise in. That's probably one of my favorite things to do. Your idea of a perfect date night. This is so simple. I like going to eat at like Outback or Longhorn or Mexican or something, and just going to do a little bit of shopping by ourselves when we don't have our kids. We're going on date night tomorrow, and I'm so excited for that. I don't know what our plans are, but that is what I love to do. So go out to eat, just at our favorite place or wherever we're thinking that day, and be able to go even grocery shop without the kids, or just do some shopping just by ourselves. How do you balance wanting to do all the things for your house and decorations and a budget? Doing it slowly, and that is definitely what we've done, and we've done it on a pretty good budget. The thing we splurge, honestly, it wasn't a huge splurge because we didn't get really expensive flooring, but that was the most expensive thing that I think we've done to our house, is our flooring, because we had to buy all the materials and we hired somebody to do it for us. So how do we balance and budget for it? Just do it slowly, and we've honestly done most things that we've been able to do ourselves. Me and my husband have been married for 9 years this year. Which is crazy to think that next year we will be 10 years, our 10-year anniversary. And we met at our local grocery store that we worked at when Ethan was in college and I was in high school. Do you use hand-me-down clothes for the girls? Yes, I do. I have a basement with bins full of clothes for my girls, but I also buy a lot of new clothes too, especially lately. Even though we've been staying at home, and I'm hoping we'll be able to get a lot of use out of those, like at vacation and things like that, but absolutely I do use hand-me-down clothes from Delaney and from Wren, and I also will buy used, like the Mercari app. I've been shopping on there a lot and getting some really nice things for a lot cheaper than you'd pay like at the boutiques and stuff that I like to shop at. So absolutely, and I shop like thrift because multiple kids is expensive. So I really love the look of more expensive, like smocked clothing and all these cute boutiques. But when you have multiple kids, that gets very expensive. So I've been definitely shopping more on a budget, and when I find those things on clearance. All right, this is gonna be my last question. How did you reach a good audience on YouTube, and how quickly did you get there? We have been doing YouTube for, gosh, 4 years this year, I think. It's been 4 years. And I feel like, I mean, I am so grateful for where I am, but it's taken me 4 years to get here. And during those 4 years, I can honestly say that I feel like I've stayed just really consistent with it. And when you stay consistent and you put out videos that I feel like people want to see, and maybe not all of my videos are for all of my audience, like maybe everybody don't want to see my Weight Watcher videos, and that's okay. maybe everybody wants to see the Weight Watchers but don't care as much about the cleaning videos or the family videos, and that's okay too. But it's taken me a while to get here, but I am very thankful and grateful for where I am on YouTube. But it's been 4 years, and this is where I am 4 years later. But yeah, but anyways, I think that's gonna end this video. Hope you guys have enjoyed this Q&A. Make sure you're following me on Instagram, because I'll do another one maybe next month or in a couple of months. Give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys soon for my next video. Bye.